My parents once told me they would never forgive me. Abusive or understandable? Throwaway account. I genuinely want to understand as I can't really talk about this in real life and would like some impartial views. I'm a grown-ass man with a respectable job and my own home and family. I've just remembered in the last few days, or think I remember, this was nearly 30 years ago, but seems a bit too detailed to have been made up, a series of events that happened when I was, I think, 8 years old and for which I'm experiencing some very vivid emotions. But I'm confused because maybe I am just getting overwrought for no reason. I grew up with divorced parents. This happened when I was very small, who never spoke to each other except to argue, and was made very clear that they disliked each other, to the point that it was difficult if not impossible to say anything nice about one parent in front of the other. I think both parents thought I was miserable in the other's home. Access was enforced by court order. Court order is one of the earliest words I can remember, weirdly enough. One parent, parent A, got another partner, step-parent, who they are still together with, who I remember being quite frightened of and didn't much like, who really didn't like the other parent, parent B. Anyway, without going into too much detail, a series of events happened when I was between the ages of 6 and 8. I'm not sure the exact year. Firstly, for some reason, when I was being dropped off by parent A to parent B, I begged parent AM, almost in tears, that I didn't want to go. I don't know why I did that. Can't really recall any negative emotions associated with parent B's house at that time. Anyway, as a result, access to parent B was restricted for some time. Think I saw them just a bit less, maybe one afternoon a fortnight. Come the summer holidays, I went on holiday with parent B and had a nice time. Was meant to go back after a week, but when parent A came to pick me up, I think I said I didn't want to go back for another week. I also think I may have said that I wanted to live with parent B, so I didn't go back for another week. Parent B dropped me off at parent A's house after a week. When I got there, step-parent and parent A began yelling and screaming at me about how much I'd upset parent A, how ungrateful I was, and other things. I can't really remember much, but I know it wasn't nice. And they told me they'd never forgive me for what I'd done. Then I remember being at my grandparents' and being taken off by my grandparents for a lecture on how what I'd done was so wrong and how much I had upset parent A. I remember feeling really lonely and sad. Also, that evening, I remember being sent to bed. There was a TV program on that night I wanted to watch, and I had it on for a bit. Step-parent kept bursting into to shout at me. I remember being made to recount day by day everything I had done at parent B's house. On another occasion, step-parent stormed into the room, slapped me hard around the face, and left without saying a word. On another occasion, they burst into the room and yelled at me that parent A had done the sums, and they'd have to sell their house to pay child support to parent B if I moved there. I think there may have been more bursting ins, but those are the ones I can remember in detail. I think this is real. It seems a bit too vivid for me to have made it up in my head, and step-parent slapped me around the face on other occasions too. So assuming it was this an abusive response, or was it just an overreaction from stressed parents? I can remember for much of the school year afterwards being very withdrawn and sad, or at least I think I can.